everyone, I'm Simon Boxall in for Donna Bush with your CIG TV news brief on this Wednesday. The Royal Cayman Islands Police Service provided the latest Cayman Islands crime statistics to the public on Wednesday morning.
Levels of recorded crime remained controlled and stable, and end-of-year figures showed an increase of 140 crimes, or 3.9% over 2020. This increase occurred mainly in the theft offences category. For the fourth successive year, there has been a reduction in burglary commissions across the island. During 2021, there was a concerning increase in firearms-related crimes, which included gang-related shootings. We had 2 murders recorded, resulting in 3 fatalities, 2 as a result of one incident. The RCIPS responded quickly, making early arrests, which disrupted and dismantled the gang element. Some persons were charged and 6 illegal firearms were recovered, taken from the streets. Unfortunately, during 2021, we had 9 fatalities on our roads, and I suppose a piece of information that maybe not be included in the report, as of yesterday, we've had 5 fatalities so far this year. So the trending is concerning in terms of our road fatalities.
You can watch the entire press briefing on the Cayman Islands government's YouTube channel on demand. We continue to bring you coverage of last week's historic visit to Little Cayman by parliamentarians. Premier and Minister for Sustainability and Climate Resiliency, the Honourable Wayne Panton, and Minister for Tourism and Transport, the Honourable Kenneth Bryan, both toured various places on Little Cayman. The group's first stop was the Little Cayman Museum, which was opened in 1997 by Mr. and Mrs. Linton Tibbets. The Honourable Premier and Minister Bryan were both able to see the collections, artefacts, and documents related to Little Cayman's history. After the museum, it was then time to visit the Booby Pond Rookery Nature Reserve, where they were given a tour and talk by a National Trust volunteer.
The water itself area was protected quite a long time ago. I can't remember what the legislation was, but it was back in the 80s when this was protected. The water is actually owned jointly by government and the National Trust. And then over the years, all the land behind the pond has been acquired by the trust. There's quite a bit of land in the back, all the way to the end of the pond and almost back to the PWA hurricane shelter compound. And there's also another piece of land, I think, that is protected under the NCC, or NCA.
How much border around the pond does the birds acquire?
Well, they mostly nest at this end and then on the north side of the pond. But I don't know if you've noticed that they found some trees.
Yeah, I saw some just now.
Yeah, and you can see the chicks in the trees. Yeah. The white puffballs, cotton balls. Yeah.
Big cotton ball.
Yeah. Well, they're getting bigger now, and they'll probably start changing into their dark brown.
From the Booby Pond Nature Reserve, the group then went to Point of Sand, the island's nature trail, and the Little Cayman Education Services, where they have had up to 9 students at one time. Again, the tour took place during the historic first-time caucus and cabinet meetings by members of Parliament last week. Turning now to our local forecast, tonight we can expect partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers. Seas continue to be rough with wave heights of 4 to 6 feet. Small craft should continue to exercise caution over open water. The two-day outlook calls for moderate winds and seas, while our weather patterns are influenced by a high-pressure system currently located over the western Atlantic Ocean. The synopsis calls for fresh southeasterly winds and rough seas, which will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours, and satellite images show scattered low-level clouds around our area moving towards the west. A reminder for the latest on expected weather conditions, you can go online to weather.gov.ky. And that's it for today's news brief here on CIG Television. I'm Simon Boxall, as always thanking you for joining us. Have a great night, everyone.
Seek the latest accurate information on COVID-19 only from official sources at gov.ky/coronavirus.